from the Institute of Global Professional IGP, greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Badul Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is Social and IS Certified International Educational and Training Institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 450 plus professional and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable research and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to engage one skill just by for informal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate profession generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, nationally, internationally, student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner, the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinar, seminar courses, award quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 billion services for free, like trade on portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and ball knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learning game website, free course, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower you to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement several training program, website and offline online courses for youth learner by professional trainers, speaker, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of the abilities and personal experience knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is our light and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with research and practice method. We must have a genuine concept for the learner to represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professional passion and integrity. IT members are committed to offering effective best quality service and continual improvement so that individuals who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 2,235 webinars successfully. Moving to the next with your continuous support. We already completed 2,235 webinars successfully. Dear IGP speaker, participant, and well-wisher, at this moment, this is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website, www.eduigp.com. On this website, we have surprise for everyone. Hope you'll be benefited. We already launched our new website where you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong point is that without an account or logged in, you cannot enjoy our service. So create your account from us with profile information. Note that with profile information, you enjoy our feature. With mismatched data, you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace that. You have to join directly on our website. Now you can check all of our previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time limited because after the session, we will not provide you any code for certification. You have to take part in one exam so that if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam unlimited till you pass. If you're an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you're a post of IGP, you can download certificate of gratitude. If you're an online life quiz competition winner, you can download certificate of participation. If you're selected for lifetime membership, then you can download certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, if you participate in any award function which organized government supported IGP, you can download that also. You can easily prepare and download 80 types certificate from our website within a minute. Certificate of Global Professional Membership, Certificate of Global Influence in the Pandemic, Certificate of Active Knowledge Seeker, Certificate of Social Activities in the Pandemic, Certificate of Achievement IGP Knowledge Seeking Award 2020, 2021, and 2022, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 1, Authentic Assessment in Teaching Learning, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 2. Teaching is our foreign language and assessment. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 3, Digital Classroom Engagement Tools, Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 4, the new trend in education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 5, Scholarship Leadership and Management Skills. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Innovation in Mathematics Education. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 7, Research Comprehension and Pro. Certificate of Participation Webinar Series 8, Certification Webinar Series 9, 21st Century Children Teaching Mathematics. Certificate of IGP Corporate Ambassador, Certificate of IGP Campus Ambassador, which you can prepare and download within a minute. From now on, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level quiz with verified certificate. Teaching tools for teacher, health is for parents, health is for teachers, education tools for teacher. You can join IGP alumni. You can check out our different services website for free and many more. Dear well-promised principal, lack of technical problem and late sending you on time. This is a great opportunity to collect your previous condition. We solve solutions from our website. Now you can enroll, reset password, everything. You can check it through for all abilities. It's a cordial request to check our button pages on our website. She like and benefit. Thank you, but note that without a record or login, you can do services. At present, we have started our 2236 webinar, which name is Mastering the Art of Teaching. And today our speaker ma'am name is Sadaf Tasneem. She is from Pakistan. Before I hand over this to our speaker ma'am, I'll share a little bit about her. Principal teacher trainer and soft skill trainer, Mazin Schools, Baria Town campus. Now, very important moment for meditation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to RGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Hope you are okay. Are you listening me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Everything is okay. Ma'am, the stage is you. You can start your presentation now.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I would really, I'm in gratitude of IGP for providing such an amazing platform to share, learn, and connect with the whole world. So, today's program topic is Mastering the Art of Teaching. Basically, this is the most important topic that is really close to my heart, and I really feel that every person is playing a role of a teacher in a life, whether as a person, as a friend, as an instructor, a mentor, a parent. So there can be different names or different relations of that designation or that responsibility. But I think so that we all are doing this teaching up to the level of excellence in every concern. So most importantly for me, that this was a question that always bothers me, and it was really such a great point of concern for me, that we should know whether whatever we are doing, the examples what we are setting in front of our infants, kids, students, our siblings, or the people who are around us. So are they according to the level or the requirement of that standard? Are we doing justice with that? So there were a number of the questions that were coming to my mind. So teaching, exactly, this is what I believe, is not only related to the teachers who are teaching in the school, college, or universities, or in any of the organizations, the institutes, educational institutes. Basically, this is the most important point where we should learn, and we should get this adaptability, that it is all about to reshape a personality, to help a person to groom, to help a person to bloom in the life, emotionally, physically, mentally. So we all are socially connected with each other. So in today's topic, we are going to learn about some of the basic principle that we should keep in our mind, whether we are while we are teaching students, or we are having some time with our family, our young kids or friends, or in a social circle. So, what is the importance of this teaching? And do it really that much matter in our society? Is it really called the foundation of a society? We'll definitely figure it out at the end of the session today. So, teaching is a fundamental. How? In shaping the personality, in shaping the moral, ethical values of our society. So, what it is doing, it is actually giving us the basic foundation on which we are going to build our society. Educators from all over the world, parents, in terms of in care of parents, friends, guides, mentors, counselors, everybody is trying to help the person out who is willing to come out of to come out in the limelight and to learn something. Every moment, every time, we are learning something, whether it is emotional, whether it is verbal, academic, or in any social form. So what are teachers are doing? Teachers, when I call it a teachers, it's not only the ones who are particularly teaching in institutes or schools. Once I call the term teachers, it means us. We all are the teachers in this form or in that form. It doesn't mean that we should be professionally in this field. We all are exactly performing the same duties as we are expecting from the teachers. So teachers really play a very important role in shaping of this personality of the society, and specifically in shaping the cognitive part, the emotional, the social development of the kids, not the students, but every person here. So, what is effective teaching? What is effective methodology? How can we become the best teacher in this world? There are a number of the things that we should keep in our mind. So what education is doing, education doesn't mean to put in certain thing. It is actually to help out to come out. It is actually to sharpen that thing. The information, that resources, the natural resource of intelligence is already there. So being teachers, being parents, being guides and counselors, we are just helping them out to bloom. It's basically to take something out, to help something, to facilitate in blooming and in grooming. So, education driven by quality teaching is a key driver of economic growth, not only economic, but I call it more emotional, spiritual, and physical. So, teaching can play different levels in playing field of providing equal opportunities for students regardless of what background they belong to. So the quality education empowers every individual to improve their socio-economic status, their social anxiety if they have some of the issues where they do not feel comfortable in dealing with the people. So this is where every person, whether it can be a friend or a teacher, we play the role of a teachers to help them out to cope up with all of those fears. So, most importantly, when I talk about the fears, it does not mean that we are talking exactly about the fear that we have in our brain or in our mind about that capacity, what we think about. It's more related to the topics, it's more related to the experiences that we are having here. So once we talk about that mastering the art of teaching, it means that we should help each other out. We should share the synchronization energy to help every person groom emotionally, physically, mentally, for sure in academic and also in their economic growth as well. So what it does actually, and what we think when we are considering ourselves teacher, if we are specifying it to the person who is working in the institutes, educational institutes, so what we are expecting from those people. So the most important role of the teacher is basically the teacher should not only be a person who is just dictating that rule. The teacher shouldn't be that person who is just coming in the class and letting the kids, students be ready to note down the things, or just to share the experiences of the learning platform that the person is having in their mind. It is basically demanding a role of a facilitator. It is basically demanding a role of a mentor, a guide, a listener, and most importantly, that person should be an innovator. Because until and unless you are not letting your creativity bloom and grow, and until and unless this is not going to connect, if that main resource in form of a teacher who is present in the class and demonstrating and going to ignite the chain of knowledge or the chain of information in the classroom, so if that person is open minded, if that person is just ready to take on all of these roles at the same time in the classroom, I am 100% sure that the class is going to be the best class. That class is not going to be just for the sake of that critical box mind thinking, but that the kids, they are going to grow, they are going to learn. Maybe they are going to heal emotionally. Maybe they are going to get some good touch from that class. Maybe they are going to get some good statements, which is going to help them out to just heal them emotionally, or to move forward, or to solve some of the problem, or to maybe make certain things that were easy, which where they were stuck from so long. And they were, might be number of the times it happens that the kids, they move on physically, but what happens might be in their childhood or at any point of it in their life, they get stuck with some emotional trauma. So nobody knows, nobody understands, and then we start blaming those kids that they are not grooming, they are not getting wise with their age. So what we should do, what actually the sign they are giving us, they're telling us to please take a pause, think about, help us out where we are stuck. Because the emotional trauma is such thing which, the person who is going through all of that suffering, the person doesn't understand or cannot elaborately tell anybody about how they are feeling and where they are get stuck. Number of the times the people going through those situations but unable to find or to name or to tag that situation, until and unless they don't get some mentors, a person who really wants to be a healer for them. That person can be you, that person can be their teacher, that person can be their sibling or a brother or a mother or any person from the society. So every person who feels, because we are so synced with each other, We are socially dependent on each other. Not only socially, there are all of these categories are filled with our independencies. So, but most importantly, when we are talking about at the young age, I mean, the young age from the infant age till the 5 years, and from 6 years onwards till the 12 years, and then from 13 years till 15 years, and so on. So, every stage is having some different dynamics, emotional issues, and some different, situations where they cannot let others know why they are overreacting on the situation, because they that is actually giving them some hard time, because they are unable to find out that what is actually happening with them. So what they do, they attract our attention by doing certain things, by doing certain actions. So we start blaming them and tagging them that that child is becoming disobedient, that child is becoming indisciplined, not listening, they are not obedient anymore. So, what category or what measuring scale we have put at our homes, in our societies, in our offices, in our social relevance? That is actually the thing that we really need to update. What I believe that we should add patience there, tolerance there, acceptance of each other's opinions there, give faith to somebody, to help somebody to feel emotionally okay, to empty themselves, to help them to say, to express the things which they are from so on from a long time they are stuck somewhere, and they are literally helpless, they cannot figure it out. So what I feel a role of an educator should be there, a role of a mentor, an influencer, and a teacher should be there. It's not. Look, most importantly, what I feel that there is a difference between the teacher. At first level, the major difference, what I believe, is either you are a teacher by choice or by chance. So every teacher who calls them a teacher, they should ask this question, whether I'm a teacher by choice or I'm a teacher by chance. Because these two fundamental questions are going to change the whole scenario of your life. Not only your life, number of the students who are going to interact with you, who are going to connect with you on daily basis, you are going to impact, leave a very strong impact, either positive or negative, on their lives. So it's not that unnecessary thing that we shouldn't think even about. Number of the time, what happens most of the time it happens that people, specifically the females, they just simply choose this occupation or this profession because they don't feel that they are okay anywhere, or they don't get some opportunity anywhere, or sometimes the families in Asian cultures, the families are not letting them go to the other places, so they say, okay, it's more confident, it's more comfortable, it's more secure to be a teacher. But my dear, I would, whether you are a male or a female, once you feel yourself a teacher, you should always ask this question, whether I'm going to start this journey by making a choice, or it is just by chance that is happening. So once you are making a choice now, so what are you doing now? You are going to make a very sound choice there. With that sound choice, you are going to take the responsibility of this part. So the responsibility is going to make you disciplined. You're going to become a disciplined person. And the disciplined person is going to influence the rest of the people with whom he or she is going to connect. So, look, this is a chain. If we are not making decisions with our choice and things are happening by chance, nobody is ready to take the responsibility of that part. Nobody take a pause, a moment to think about whether I'm doing right or wrong. How did I spend my day with my kids? Did I teach them really something? Or did I just read the book, explain them like a robot, and moved on out of the classroom? What did I teach? It's really important. The way you are going to connect with your students, the way you're going to connect with the people to whom you are just acting as a role of a teacher. It's very important to connect with them first. You should build a good relationship with them. That's a relation. I call it a trial relationship. What's a trial relationship? That's a very simple. You're making a triangle. The one chord, the major chord, is you as a teacher. So the teacher student relationship, then student and students relationship, and then students to teachers relationship. One relationship is the one that you are setting with the students. The second is students are going to settle that relationship with the other students. And then the student is going to give back what he or she has perceived in your lessons, in your presence, back to you. So it's very different. It's very important to figure out this triangle. And I would love all of the educators, whether you are a parent, just put yourself at the parental force there. In that triangle, put yourself up there. So if you're a parent and you are acting, you are teaching something to your child, that should there should be a connection, there should be a relationship with you and your child. So how much influential that relationship, that matters the most. So what we are doing, we are actually ignoring the basic part of this foundational part. We don't even we don't even think about, we don't even bother about. Most of the time, we do not even give priority to the situation or to the statements or to the words or to the timings. The moment we feel that we should teach them, we said, okay, be ready. I am in a mood to teach. Listen to that. Follow the instructions. So, what in teaching? Teaching is not a one way thing. Dear, it's not a one way thing. So, what we have to do, actually, we should make ready the other person who is at the other point, who is a receiver of all of that information. If I am at the very high pitch and my student is not ready and he doesn't connect himself with me, so whatever the diamond words I'm speaking about, the kid is not going to get emotionally connect with them. And by the end of the time, the child will be coming to you that he didn't understand that. And then we start tagging them, careless attitude. He isn't attentive in the classroom, he isn't interested. Then we start putting all of these labels there. So the best person, the best teacher should never do this thing. I believe that the people we really like in our life, the people with whom we fell in love or we like them, we admire them, we come in their influence, we always love their words, we try to follow them, we try to be like them, we try to listen every word that comes out of their mind, every instruction that comes out of their mind. We love to follow that thing. So, if that is so, how you think that being a teacher, your students are not getting that thing? Because we are ignoring the first part, that is to make a relationship with the child, to connect with the child emotionally, to connect that cord of that is transferring your energy to the other end. That is letting your child know that yes, you are really important for your teacher. Your teacher thinks about you. Your teacher gives importance and value to your thoughts and your ideas. It doesn't matter how silly question they do ask. Let them ask, let them be open to you. So the very important first thing is to have trust, to build a relationship. Second thing, a teacher should be innovative. Teacher should be creative. Teacher should not react in the situation. You have authority and power in the classroom. This is what you are going to teach your kids, how to use that power and authority. When some of my teachers use these words in the classroom, what I say. You know what? How much hard this sentence is, and how much dark impact it is going to leave on their life. Wherever they are going to get a chance to have that authority and power, they are going to use it exactly the way. Do it the way I want. I want the things the way I like or I instructed. Right? So just for a moment, think about how many the same type of these statements we get from our surroundings. Sometimes, uh, from our parents, sometimes from our partners, sometimes from the siblings, sometimes the people who are working with us. So everywhere the person, they are utilizing these statements, they are using this statement just because they are reminding us, if you are doing the same thing and if you don't like this way, stop doing that part. So it's very important. So the next the teacher should adopt different methods. The traditional method the teacher has been using throughout the time is not exactly the way you are instructed, or you are not in any of the obligation that you are must it is must for you to go for that same traditional method of teaching. So if you were not allowed to ask questions in the class, it doesn't mean that you should not allow your students to ask questions. If you were not friendly with your teachers, so you should have some adaptability and you should update the teaching requirement today, right? You should connect with your student. You should try to share a positive energy with them. So what is happening? You are not only going to be a just teacher, the person who comes in the class, delivers the lesson, told them what to do, give them instructions, assign them some of the tasks, and leave the classroom. In today's world, as we are changing each and everything, look, this is just the way me and you are communicating and connecting. Might be 10 years back, it was just in dream that people were not even in belief, or people were in awe to just even think about that. Can it happen? Yes, it is happening, and we are experiencing this part. We are connecting from every corner of the world right now, and this way we are learning, we are sharing, we are knowing each other, we are growing together, and that's why I really appreciate the IGP platform there, because they are providing amazing opportunity to every single person on this earth, the person who is having just a resource of internet. So this way we are in synchronization. You are becoming the part of the chain. Once this message comes to you in your screen, in your outline, in your notification bar, and you simply just scroll it down, and you prefer to put your time or to spend your time in gaming and entertainment, that is what you are making a choice there. So it's really important to make some good choices, because your good choices are going to lead you towards the output that you are expecting to get in your life. So what I feel, once I call it a word mentor, it's a big word. Believe me, it encapsulates number of the things that it encapsulates: emotional, physical requirements, emotional standards, some ethical things. It's just a plethora of different emotions. A mentor, we see our parent in them, we see a teacher in them, we see a friend, a counselor. Every person we are assuming it should be there. This person is not sympathetic, this person is empathetic and playing an important role in our life. So the teacher, when the teacher becomes mentor, believe me, you are making a huge difference in your child's life. This child can be in your class, this child can be in your home, or in any of the social gathering. So you are going to impact that person's life. You are going to become a medicine for them. You're going to become a source of healing energy for them. So think about just the moment it is, how much honor you are going to receive from this nature. Nature is giving you a big honor. Nature is sharing that card with you to make you a teacher, to make you a mentor, to make you an influencer, to make you a counselor, to make you a healer. So all of these qualities are of nature's. So nature is showering its blessings on you. So be ready for that. Be ready to accept the change. Be ready to adapt according to the situation. And be ready to act exactly the way the situation is requiring it you. During the same time, you can be a teacher for somebody, you can play a role of a friend for somebody. And at the same time, you can be a mentor for somebody. So it's very important to idealize, to realize that exactly at this time, what your students are requiring from you, what emotional message they are sharing it with you. So to receive that emotion, to receive that message, one must be in good connection with that student. Again, I'm going to refer, the student isn't only the student of your classroom. Can be your student, he can be a child at home, he can be one of your friend or your partner. So the next part, what I really love about talking, it's about effective communication. What is effective communication? It is exactly the way we are thinking, we are accepting the part. We know that we are going to be heard. We know that what we are talking to, with the person whom we are talking, the person is not going to make fun of us. The person is going to give value to even our very shadowy emotions. That person is going to guide us. That person is going to give us facilitation. So this effective communication is the clear communication from one end to the other end. Either it is happening with your students or with your family or with anyone around you. It's most important that it should be very clear. You should know very clearly that who and at what time and regarding what requirement you are having that clear communication with that person. So the next part is about the continuous learning point. I do believe that this should be one of the most important part, that a person should think, being a teacher, being a mentor, being a person, that you are not only the person who is just at the state that you have taken enough of the situation. So everything, whatever should come into your knowledge, you have that. You are not going to be into that fluid form until and unless you don't accept yourself as the biggest learner. And believe me, I'm going to share the experience of my life when I share this statement with my students, with the people around me. Yes, I'm learning. And yes, thank you so much that you helped me something to learn. I was stuck with some of IT skill and my students helped. I really just give them big thanks. Thank you so much. You've become a teacher for me. And they literally look at me with, oh, yes. And then I make them a teacher for a day. Being a teacher for a day, what things you want to bring into your class? What are the things that you want to change in the classroom? What are the disciplines that you want to keep in the classroom? You know what? They always do what exactly they want. And that is going to help your teacher a lot to write down the disciplines. Always involve your students, whether you are making some disciplines for your classroom, school, home, anywhere. Ask the people to be the part of that activity. Ask them to write their disciplines. Ask them to make some rules which they want to follow. So this is going to help a lot. So next is emotional support provider. I talk about this point a lot. This is one of my favorite point. Until and unless a person is not having emotional stability, until and unless person is not stronger enough in terms of emotions, the person does not know that emotion is actually energy. That is emotion. The energy can be positive or not positive. In what form it has to run. So whatever comes in its way, if the thing is not going to make the way, the thing is that energy is going to burst into that. And it will become a destructive one. If it is a happy, good, positive energy, it is going to accept everything like water is flowing, right? It is just accepting everything. So we have to be very clear, if physically, emotionally, mentally, being a teacher, we are not at ease right now. You should not talk to your students about any of the emotional, shouldn't share any of your concern with them. That is going to stick with their mind. That's not going to be a healthy situation for them. So, next, what point is about how many different skills we can have. So, what are the skills that are really in need to become a very good person, a very good teacher? So, the most important thing is that we should be empathetic, we should be socially active, we should be self aware, and we should know that the effective communication is one of the major key. We should be a critical thinker. We should have that inquiry based learn inquiry, questioning ourselves. We should be inquisitive about the things. We should become the part of problem solving. We should always be in the continuous learning developmental program, along with ethical program, ethical skills, moral skills. Because as a leader, as a teacher, if we are not going to talk to the students about the importance of moral values, or we are not going to showcase that moral value in front of our students, so whatever you are making them read or teach, it is not going to affect on them. Whatever you're doing in front of them, whatever example you are showcasing in front of them, they are learning exactly by looking at you, by seeing you, by seeing you, what the actions, the things, the way you are talking, the way you're going to do the things, the way you are reacting, this is what they are learning from you. So usually what we think, that we are going to the class talking about or explaining or presenting a topic, and then we leave. This is not the way you are teaching your child. For your child, you are basically the resource. Your child learns from you. Your child is going to learn, observe, feel everything from the source, and the source is you. So what is happening? We should do number of the things in our life that we really feel that are very important. So now I'm more interested to talk about that. What are the differences in the past two decades back or in current time? So what's the difference between the past and now? On each level, as a parent, as a teacher, as an influencer, every time, at every stage of your life. At every stage where you think that you are teaching somebody, if you are a social influencer, remember you are socially influencing and teaching the people who are seeing you, watching you. So if you are providing a good content, you are a good teacher. You are influencing on your society in a good way. But if you're not, then think about, make a good choice because it is really, really impacting on people's life at a very big level. So, what is this traditional and the modern education? So, the traditional one was the one where we just love to instruct, where we just love to share the instructions or the deadlines or the dictation part was there, where that class used to call the best class of the school or institute, where there was a pin drop silence when the teacher was explaining. But in today's world, it's a vice versa. We call it a fully teacher's class, teacher-centered class. The students are the passive learners there. What we are expecting them to learn during that part. So it's very important what they are doing. It's very important we should adopt new ways. The way we have changed, the way we are living at home, the way we are dressing ourselves, it has changed. So that your teaching methodologies, your parenting style should also be changed. So in today's world, the kid is more aware. The knowledge is everywhere. Like good and bad teachers at home, in social society, on social media, at the educational places, everywhere, a number of the people around them. So, what is actually happening? The child does not know. There is no such criteria where the child learns that who is doing a good job and who is not, and why he should follow this person and why he shouldn't follow this person. Because there is no such criteria anywhere. And when we talk about these things, we only talk about, we never talk about that, okay, this is such criteria, this is a moral or ethical based criteria, and this is a criteria that is going against that approach. So here we are making a mistake. Who is going to tell our new generation about all of this? Who's going to tell our teachers about all of this? Today's world, we see socially influential people, we blindly start following them. We see somebody, some celebrity, somebody, some famous person on social media to treat the child in particular way. We start dealing the same thing, doing the same thing at our home with our kids, just because they have watched somebody doing this thing, without any critical analysis, without even taking the responsibility to know what impact it is going to have on their kid, either it is related to their real life, to their ground realities, or not. So think about it. These all questions are for today's teacher. These all responsibilities are for today's teacher. Today's teacher should be innovative. Today's teacher should be an influencer. Today's teacher should be a person who is actually reflecting all of his personality on the listeners, on the students, on the learners. So, as we have started to talk about the reflective cycle, the reflective perspectives, the reflective practices, number of us, we are aware about karma. So this is exactly an image or a reflex of a karma. So the way you are going to deal with your students, the way you talk to them, the way you are handling them, the way you are communicating with other people in front of your students, or the way you are instructing them is actually telling all of them, or is actually sharpening all of them, or making them aware that this way you have to move on with instructions. So what is the cycle of reflective practices? It doesn't mean that it's not an assignment. I'm just going to talk about these points to relate it with our life as a teacher, as a listener, as a mentor, as an innovator, as a parent, in any form, wherever you are. So, the first part is about your description, the statement that has happened with you, the thing that you are going to talk about, that information that is with you. Next, after listening to that part or reading that part, you create some sort of feelings about it. Now, the feelings, you are going to categorize those feelings, whether the feelings are positive one or not the positive ones. So, your feelings are going to impact the rest of the part. Your feeling is going to help you out in making some action plan. Action plan, for example, what you are going to do, how you are going to deal with that, how you are going to convey this part. And that whole mechanism and methodology is helping you out towards the conclusive part. So, that conclusive part is actually what result you have got. And now the analysis actually that after getting that result, what lesson have you learned? And did you share, what mostly happened? We go through all of these situations, we bear these hardships, we go through hard times, but we never, even after getting that realization or regret, we never share what lesson we have learned from that situation with other people around us. We never share that what is the regret or what is the guilt now a person is going through. This is also a teaching job now. If I had an experience, people think that it was so good for me and they were ready to jump into the same situation. That's my job. That's my mistake. Because I haven't told them about this. I haven't told them the regrets now I'm going to have at the end of the time. I haven't told them, I should tell them that what choices I shouldn't make at that point, what I should keep in mind. So, this way we go through that emotional trauma, but we are not ready to share the learning with other people. So, then it's going to ignite the karma on us. We knew the part, but we weren't ready to become teachers for the other people. So, this reflective cycle is directly linked with the emotional intelligence. So, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is actually helping increasing your managerial skills. It improves your communication, your understanding. It fosters a positive learning environment, fosters a thirst of learning in you. What it is doing for you. Once you are emotionally intelligent, it is simply swiping out your emotional stress out of your body, your burnouts, your burst outs, your emotional traumas, you know. So it is just simply helping us out to move out. And most important thing that this situation does with us is actually to develop empathy. So what's the difference between sympathy and empathy? If I'm being sympathetic, I am feeling exactly the pain of the other person. And now that patient is also actually making me feel sad. I am losing my energy and I'm still not able to help that person out. So, what is happening with that? I'm also standing in the same line of that person, still not able to help my beloved one. But once you are acting as an empathetic person, you know that that person is going through the situation. But you have that energy, you gather that energy to help that person out, to provide that person with that requirement of emotional fuel that can heal that person. So what it happens, it is actually cultivating social self-life health skills with you that are making you self emotionally stronger. That you address the situation carefully, you know the situation carefully, you do not react now. You act over the situation wisely, knowingly about the situation. And after that situation, you are ready to take some feedback from the peers, from your students, from your teachers, from your siblings, from your family member, from your partner. And this way, we are going to increase engagement and motivation and reduces the conflicts between us. So, this is really important. Again, it's about what is the teacher is not only teaching, the teacher is exactly at the same time is learning more as compared to the students. So what we feel that teaching is not only the process where we have to update or inform the other person about the knowledge that we know about. It's about to share the learning. It's about to ignite the acquisition of learning. It's about to, make them ready to learn, to acquire more knowledge, to be more valuable in their life. If people can teach something to others, even consciously or unconsciously, look at what I told you about. It's basically your conscious effort. This is what you are teaching them through your actions, and you are doing it consciously. You are taking the responsibility of that learning. You are handling that situation in front of your kids or students just to teach them how to handle these situations. So again, a recap that what we should have: good communication, critical thinking, self-management, flexibility, emotional intelligence, leadership, socially strong person, socio-emotional stance. This is what we really need in ourselves. Most importantly, a conscious mind. Right. So here what we are doing, how can you bring this creativity and how can you become the master of teaching or master teacher as a master teacher in your classroom? What difference is it's going to make once you go to the class as a teacher and then the next day you are aiming to go to the class as a master teacher? The students are going to know about in a second. If you are going to start without that boring routine of open your books, let's talk about this topic, and we are going to have the introduction of this, that is something that is outdated now. Create their interest. Start asking them, do you know, have you gone to that place? Have you read somewhere about this topic? Who knows? What do you know about it? That's what the brainstorming you are doing. Then start patching that information from them. Okay, you know this, good job, yes. Then start, you know connecting them, dotting them. Oh yes, this is what we are going to talk about today. You already know so much. Let's figure it out. Let's just do it in an order, in a disciplined way. Let's learn it together. Your students are going to see a friend in you, a mentor, an influencer. They would start loving you. They will fall in love with you. They would start, talking about you. They'll start following your actions. So you can add activity based learning. What is activity based learning? Exactly how you can do this thing. You're going to talk about the topic of pull and push, or any of the forces. Ask somebody in the classroom, can you please move this? Can you please pick this? Can you please push this? What they have done. Was that easy for you? Was it difficult with you? There can be a number of the things. Then the blended learning. It should, if you're teaching, it shouldn't be only teaching maths. Include the real life maths where you are going to use this fraction. They should know. Ask them that in today's lunchtime, you are going to experience fraction while you are going to have your food. Students will start thinking about it, what the teacher is talking about. After the lunch time, you ask them how was their experience, what fraction they saw. It's going to, involve them in that. Just let them go through some experiences. Have them have some experience and then talk about those topics. Get the students have some clear concept with skill-based education. Skills, whether it's emotional, whether it's academic. So it must be something that is going to be a very important part there. number of the ideas there, number of the situations there, which we can go, which we can learn about, which we can really, understand, we can adopt, we can take it from our society. It's all about like that. For the social work, you can ask your students to have a survey in their surroundings, in their neighborhood. How many elderly people are there living there? What were they doing when they were young? Just ask them to have a dialogue with them. Ask them to go for that survey. How they are spending their time today, what they wanted to be in their life. Did they become what they wanted? So what are they doing? How did they end up now? How they are feeling? What is after at this stage of life? What is the most important thing to them? Start sharing that time. It is going to help them a lot. It's going to heal not only those people but also our kids and also to ourselves. The most important thing is again critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, and adaptability. These are certain things which are very important in our life, and we should really go for that part. Last but not the least, what I'm more concerned about this situation, it's about the importance of ethical standard. Whatever we are doing, we should, as a teacher, we should accept our mistake. As a teacher, if we have done something wrong or you forgot to take that, do not make up the thing. Do not make a story in front of your students. They know it really. Tell them that yes, you forgot this thing at home or you forgot to make the test. Accept your situations in front of them. Stop giving them the false characters, false personalities, because they're going to do exactly the way we are presenting in front of them. It's very important. So the way we are going to have these ethical standards are very simple. Do not go in the complex forms of all of that. Yourself should be a trustworthy self. You should be honest. You should have a clear communication with the learning, with the ongoing learning. You should always show a good gesture of leadership. You should know that what you are doing. You should know what your information. If you have some information, take the responsibility, analyze that information, and then do share it. If your student asks and you are not sure about something, do not say, yes, I know. Somebody told me. Instead, say, I got to know about, but I'm not sure about it. Right? So this statement is going to make a big difference. This is the last page that I really want all of you to make this type of notice board or idea. I call it an idea board. It's a gesture of energy, sharing energy with me. Make all of this. This is not only just about idea. Some idea can be a brilliant one. Some can be a creative idea. It's the best idea that I got. More ideas. I'm open to have some more ideas. Yes, it's a cool idea. Awesome idea. Wow, that's a great one. And then let the persons around you, your students, your family members, your partners, every person even at your social workplace, let just them to write about those idea and then combine them and then start picking the one which is triggering you, which is giving you that goosebump or that energy to move on. So, this is not a statement. Mastering the art of teaching is not only foundation on certain things. It is just the basic principle we have talked about, but it's about at what time, which positive energy, which positive aura the person is requiring. But one must keep that thing. Well, we should have these filters in our inner self. We should act wisely. We should know what our words are going to have an impact on the listener, what our actions are going to bring the food with them. So we should be ready. We should take our decisions. We should make choices with responsibility. We should take the responsibility of our actions and we should discipline ourselves. And we should also share the learning, the moral values that we have learned through that activity, through that experience of our life, because we have invested our life emotionally, physically, mentally, economically, socially, from every aspect. So whatever the moral learning, whatever the important learning that we have learned, it becomes a responsibility to share it with others. So might be we are going to help them a lot in any way possible. Might be your student is stuck somewhere emotionally and he's going through some difficult situation at home. Maybe you are sharing an idea with them in general, and it is going to give them a new way of thinking. So the whole perspective was today, or aim was the aim of today's discussion was actually just to make ourselves aware that we are we the just teachers, like a normal one, who are not ready to take the responsibility, or are we the master teachers who know what they are doing? We are not just telling them about the books or the topics. We are not just discussing with them these lesson plans or this information. We are actually preparing them for life, and we are training, we are making them, we are reshaping them, we are shaping them, we are building them. This the generation of the new youth, of the new face of our life, the new face of our countries, the new face of this world. And what we are inculcating in that, what we are carving in that, is love, empathetic way, is the ethical skills, is the emotional moral skills, is the emotional stability, emotional intelligence, the fairness, trust, importance of relationship, fairness, taking responsibility of the actions, how to take these choices and to make decisions. So this was all about. I hope that I have shared some valuable things with you, and I believe that you all are the masters already in any way, wherever you are, in whichever the role you are right now. And this was just a little effort from my side to share my ideas. I'm so happy to share it with you. And again, thank you so much, IGP, for providing me this amazing opportunity to share my perspective with all of you. Thank you so much. Over to you, please. Well, still the time we are connecting, we are waiting for them. I'm open for the question answers if we have some there.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a rich content presentation which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our own intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
না না ও না না
Ma'am, I think after a wonderful presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. There's no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value
Thank
to
you so
our
much
entire
for
journey
having me.
along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP Nalasiki stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP Nalasiki stand for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure you presence on our website. Find the running session and get enrolled. After watching complete part 1, move to the next line test passing mark 80%. If pass back to the course again to download the certificate, if you retake the quiz. Download the certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. Visit www.eduigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find the running session and get enrolled. After watching complete part 1, move to the next line test passing mark 80%. If pass back to the course again to download the certificate. If you retake the quiz, download the certificate in PDF or JPG. The IGP knowledge is time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. We change the few process for online quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button and give a link. Find the session and join with the logged register or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for others to join and join online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificates for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professionals. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 20 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. First question is, mastering the art of academic writing is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 71% people are right. Her second question is French mastering the art of seduction. Why? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 41% people are right. Our next question is one art is about mastering the art of. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 7% people are right. Our next question is who wrote Master the Art of French Cooking? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 44% people are right. Our next question is who is currently mastering the art of fracture? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 56% people are right. Our next question is who is currently mastering the art of parkour? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 95% people are right. Our next question is who wrote Mastering the Art of French Cooking? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 42% people are right. Our next question is simple or progressive, you are mastering the art of writing. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 83% people are right. Our second last question of the session is does mastering the art of anger manager takes practice? Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 1 is the right answer. 71% people are right. Our last and final question of the session is mastering the art of killing mice and rats. Is it option 1 or option 2? Option 2 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition in top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalize the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz community certificate on official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill, never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy as to say. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to a goal, not a people of things, Albert Einstein. Before I start, hit the like button. Again, want to thank all IGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.